Hey, it's Fionna Gossling from Murray LePage, and I have your monthly update as to what happened in Oakville real estate in January 2024. So this graph is this at the beginning of the year is always a little bit useless because when it's just showing 1 month, there's nothing to compare it to. And unless you are memorizing these graphs, which I suspect most aren't, it's helpful to have the reference here. So January, we had 150 sales. January is traditionally a slower month in real estate. December is the slowest, and then January is pretty slow, and then things start to pick up around February, March, April. So you can see we had 150 units that sold. There were 366 units available on the market, and that's all property types: condos, townhouses, and detached sales or detached homes. That which works out to 2.4 months of inventory, which is the seller's market if priced properly. And the average sale price was 1.452, and the median sale price was 1.265. If you compare that, I'm going to ignore December. We're up over December, but December is traditionally slow. And you kind of look at the end of last year, we're kind of falling into January didn't fare that badly. We are falling into that kind of September, October, November range. We had 150 sales in January. Those months we had kind of between 180 and 130 sales. Our units available are way down. So I think what's happening is people either took their home off the market over the holidays and are going to wait for the market to pick back up and kind of have tested the market, or they're going to put their house back on the market in the spring, which if you are waiting to sell your house, there might be opportunity now because months of inventory are so low. The average sale price I don't find to be a very good indicator because there were only 150 data points there. So the median sale price is a much stronger indicator of what things are looking at. And remember, this is across all property types. So we were at 1.265, and that's still down over last year. Over all of last year, actually, for that median sale price. And that could be explained perhaps by the lack of some high-end sales happening in January. So you really have to analyze a little bit better depending on the property type you're interested in or thinking about buying or own and want to know what it's worth. So this graph, you can see it's tracking the average and the median sale price going back to 2019. A lot of buyers, I think, are sitting at the sidelines waiting to try to time the bottom of the market, which is almost impossible. And they're also waiting for the news cycle to change. We're starting to see buyers jump back in. I've seen showing activity pick up on listings, and properties are starting to sell again. I think buyers' confidence is coming back based on the Bank of Canada suggesting that they are going to hopefully start to reduce interest rates, which will impact affordability a little bit, and also, perhaps more importantly, impact buyer confidence. So if you look at this median sale price here, where we are right now, the very peak of the market was here. That was February 2022, February, March 2022. And the median sale price came right down, and we're kind of on our way back up, I think. So if you are sitting on the sidelines and you're trying to time it, this is an interesting graph to look at when you also factor in everything else that is happening around rates and market confidence. And here, when you compare year over year, what's happened January 2024 compared to January 2023, you can see our sales were up by 23%. Our number of listings were up slightly. Months of inventory are down. That is a reflection of the volume of transactions that happened. Our average sale price is up, and our days on market are also up. So it's taking a little bit longer to get those properties sold. Of course, when we're talking about averages, it's really important to break it down a little bit further. So if you're looking to buy a detached home, the average sale price is actually just over $2 million. And there were 72 sales that happened last month versus a townhouse, which is worth about $1 million, or a condo, which on average is selling for about $717,000 last month. So that can kind of help guide you in terms of price point and where you want to be and what type of property you should be in. And then this is also important when you look at where you want to buy. So the average sale prices and median sale prices for these must be detached homes in various neighborhoods throughout Oakville. If you'd like a better analysis, or you know somebody who would, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to break it down for you further and give you a little bit more specific information to you as to what's going on in the market. Until then, I'll check back in next month.